waiting.
Yeah, sure. I
Yeah,
think
so
Kathy also joined.
yeah, we can discuss coming sessions.
Okay.
It's good. I mean, I got to share your experience. Thanks a lot for that.
Yeah.
So, hi Karthik, good morning. Are you on call? Karthik,
Hello Rakesh. Hello Rakesh. Very good morning.
yeah, good. So, are you able to see my screen?
Only I can see that SAP Ariba Cloud Solution PPT open. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So today we'll start with the sourcing module, which is the the beginning module. After spend analysis, we'll go with the sourcing. So we'll start with the sourcing module. What is sourcing? How we use this sourcing in our in every enterprise spend. How we do negotiation. What is sourcing? We'll see both in theoretically and as well as system, so that it will be easy for us to realize what I mean, what is sourcing in day-to-day spend. So generally, the sourcing start with identifying of any opportunity. Then according to the opportunity, we develop strategy how to source that thing. Once we develop strategy, we go and negotiate with supplier. So how to you know how negotiating online we'll see in Ariba tool. So once we negotiate with supplier, supplier is finalized. As I said, we'll have contract in place. We'll procure the goods and invoicing and pay, and monitoring and managing. So these are all second part. So we'll see these three parts in our Ariba sourcing module. So mainly we use sourcing module for these three phases: identifying opportunity, which is done by spend visibility, and developing strategy, as well as sourcing and negotiating with supplier. So we'll see all these three phases in coming sessions, I mean coming slides. So this is the basic you know basic definition of sourcing. In not only in Ariba, you can compare in any day-to-day spending or any enterprise spending, though it's offline or online. Sourcing refers to the process of seeking, evaluating, and selecting with the supplier. So we take information from the supplier, we evaluate that information, we negotiate with them, and after negotiating, we purchase services or goods with the supplier. So this complete process is known as sourcing. So sourcing, some people confuse on sourcing and procurement. Sourcing is not a procurement. Sourcing is not direct procurement. Sourcing is a strategy to select or negotiate with the supplier. That's it. Once the negotiation is done, then it will go for procurement, actual procurement, which is known as operational procurement. So before that, the strategy of selecting supplier is known as sourcing. I think you better note this definition. I already sent you the PPT, but still. Any doubts in sourcing? I mean, the definition or what it means?
So Rakesh, that means sourcing will cover the creation of the RFI, demand aggregation, um, and awarding
Yes.
in okay.
So in sourcing, we don't have demand aggregation. I mean, that is terminology which is used in SAP. I think or SRM, I don't know, but demand aggregation is not there. Here we have RFI, auction, forward auction, RFP. So these all are events where we collect information from supplier. This might be a competitive collection of information. Information is nothing but the pricing terms, or any certificates if they have, any questions if the buyer have. So collecting of information from the from the supplier in different ways, might be competitive collection of suppliers, it might be a non-competitive collection of information. So all these comes into sourcing. I'll show you, because if I show you in the system it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just a comparison between traditional versus Ariba sourcing. So traditional sourcing lacks in network, where we have a huge network, as I said, because when we have a huge network, both buyer and supplier are collaborating on a same network, same platform. It's easy for us to discover new supplier and collaborating with them, as we have supplier registered on network are certified and verified suppliers. So it won't be our headache to verify the supplier physically presence and all. So these legal issues and all will be taken care by network itself. As I said, we have banks with them, Duns and Bradstreets, who is legal verifier of this supplier. So in the same way, we have a different third-party tool integrated. Uh, At the same time, we are collaborating. As I said, we both buyer and supplier collaborate with each other. So transparency is there. When I say both are on same platform, each can communicate with each other without any lack of transparency. And the presence of network is more than 170 countries. So global presence is there. And TCO, we have option called total cost ownership in sourcing. We can create TCO or events where we can calculate the total cost ownership of the product, and we can negotiate on that part. So we have TCO in place. Scoring and grading is also one feature where we grade and rate the suppliers depending upon their response when we create events, RFI, RFP, or auction. So depending upon the response, we can grade the supplier, we can rate the supplier, and depending upon these ratings, we can award as well. So we can create those award scenarios depending upon our requirement. So this is just a comparison, nothing to do with consulting. So this is one important thing, phases of sourcing. So it will be in two phases. So first phase is gathering initial requirements, like RFP, RFI, RFP are without competitive. When I say competitive and non-competitive, it's nothing but in in non-competitive there will be no live bidding, live auction. Like if supplier 1 is bidding for 100 rupees, supplier 2 has to bid for 99, or supplier 3 has to bid for 98. So that is competitive one. When I say non-competitive, every supplier will give some rate, their rate. So second rate need not to be given, and they need not to compete with other suppliers. So just gathering of information, gathering of pricing terms. So in the initial stage, we'll gather the initial bids or initial information from the supplier. Once it's done, if you feel that okay, I am done, I mean this information is enough for me, I can go with this information and select one supplier and award this. So we can do in the phase 1 itself. If you feel no, I want to go with a competitive bidding, so we can go with this negotiation part with auction, or we can extend the RFP and we can go with the uh, further extension of the negotiation. So this is the phase 2. So we have two phases where we can select initial at the initial phase only we can select the supplier, or we can go with the second part and go for the actual negotiation or competitive negotiation. So any doubts in this? Shall we move ahead?
Rakesh, RFP is a non-competitive, right? RFP.
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
Sorry?
RFP is a non-competitive, right?
Hello?
RFP. Hello.
No,
RFP is a
RFP is non-competitive.
Okay.
Yes. RFP and RFI are non-competitive.
The auction is competitive.
So
That's
these
what
are
you
the
mean.
general questions when, yeah.
That means RFI, RFP is non-competitive because the suppliers don't bid against the other suppliers, right? However, what is competitive?
Competitive is auction. I mean, have you ever
Okay.
been to any auction, offline auction? Like people sit together in the same room and they bid one after one. And once the
Okay.
lowest bid gets selected, it is awarded to that. So that is auction. So generally we see forward auction in any any movies and all, we see forward auction, but generally reverse auction, there is two auction, reverse auction and forward auction. So are we clear on reverse auction and forward auction, and you want me to give any example?
Rakesh, can you tell about
Just
reverse
give some
auction?
Yeah. So simple funda, when you want to buy anything, we'll go with the reverse auction, because where we ask supplier to decrease the rate, we negotiate with them, right? At the same time, if you want to sell anything, we will go with the forward auction, where we want supplier to increase the rate or buyer to increase the rate, right? So simple funda. Reverse auction, when you want to buy anything. Forward auction, when you want to sell anything. Is that clear?
I don't understand why we want to sell. Buyers just want to procure, right? Why we want to sell?
No. Buyers will have, see, for suppose in many companies there will be, for suppose I am taking a rough example of sugar factory, right? So in sugar factory there will be so many side products. I mean, once the manufacturing is completed, there will be so many side products where people, I mean, by selling those waste product like waste of the sugar cane or chemicals, they can earn so much of earnings. So here companies also ask for forward auction in buyers also, in buyer case. So
Yeah,
companies use forward auction.
yeah, just another example, maybe it's very layman example for all of us.
Yeah.
I work for a company which is I work for a company which does the power management. Okay.
Okay.
For power management, they have a lot of trucks and everything, but the trucks have to be sold out at a certain time. So when they want to sell the trucks, they go for forward auction. Because the trucks actually, they did procure trucks, but they used it for 5 years, 10 years. Now they want to buy another one because the generator become bigger, they want to load they want to have a heavy machine. So they want to sell the old one. For selling, they go for forward auction. Similarly,
Exactly.
I saw in some of the Indian IT companies, they sell the laptops. So they do buy, which is a reverse auction. The forward auction is where they sell.
So Karthik, are you clear?
Yeah.
Yes, thanks Rakesh. Thanks KP.
Yeah. So moving on. So these are some questions, generally any sourcing administrator or sourcing manager should have before creating any sourcing project. So these are all out of what we experience we give. So I think you can go ahead and read. If you have any doubt, let me know. So these are general questions. If you go for any enterprise spend or enterprise sourcing, generally these questions should come into mind. So so any savings can be achieved with this project or not, or how much information do we have regarding the material, regarding the product we're going to buy. Shall we move ahead?
Yes, Rakesh.
Yeah. So we have two types of sourcing in Ariba. One is tactical sourcing, one is strategic sourcing. So tactical sourcing is something where which is very short term sourcing, where we'll go with, okay, I have a specific requirement, I know what to buy, I know when to buy, I know from whom to buy. So I have a clear vision and know I know the clear vision, so I'll go with this tactical sourcing and finish it up, in short time. But when we come to strategic sourcing, it's something which is, a strategic long term, where we don't have a clear idea where to lead the procurement team, or what goods need to be buy when and with whom. So there we go with the strategic sourcing. So which is holistic and comprehensive with a long term idea. It's not a short term sourcing project, it will be a long term. So these are the difference between strategic sourcing and tactical sourcing. So any doubts in this, strategic and tactical, where, when,
Yeah,
examples?
Rakesh, yeah, Rakesh, okay, tactical sourcing means it's a reactive sourcing. That's what I read. That means on 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 a demand arising and being that very desperate, then I go for tactical sourcing. That means I also need to know
Yes.
who is the supplier, right? But if I know who is the supplier, I can directly create a, I can go and do a direct go type of thing, and I can create a contract or the PO, right? And that is not good.
See, yeah, it's not like we should know the supplier, but it's not like we have to buy from that supplier only. We can also drill down and we can create event. We can negotiate with suppliers which we have incumbent with the incumbent suppliers, or to know the market value. If you want to go directly, go and create, if contract is in place, direct go and create the requisition, create the PO. But in some scenarios, we have the suppliers, we know the product, but just to check whether what is the market now, because it may be chances that we procured the goods previously, past 5-4 years back, and now the market rate might be changed. We don't know the rates and all. So in that case, we can go and create an event for RFI or RFP. If you are satisfied with the RFP, with the information pricing terms, we can go ahead and create contract for that, or create PO for that. If not, we'll go for auction. We'll go for bidding with a limited supplier, or with a number of suppliers. So I mean, tactical sourcing is something which is short term. And yeah, as you said, I have a requirement. ad hoc requirement for a product. So we'll go with tactical sourcing. We won't think like, okay, I want to have a strategic spend for this, or I should have strategy for this spend. So in that case, we can go for tactical sourcing. I hope
So,
I answered.
do we have this classification in the Ariba tool itself between strategic and tactical? Is there any differentiation in the tool?
Sorry, I mean, I didn't get you.
Something like that. Is there any differentiation that I can make by looking at a sourcing event in Ariba? Can I look at an Ariba event, Ariba sourcing project, or event item?
We have full project and quick project. Have you heard about that?
No. Okay.
So we have.
I remember now. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have full project and quick project. We differentiate whether it's strategic sourcing project or tactical sourcing project. Though it have no relation with this one, but it specifies tactical sourcing and strategic sourcing. I'll show you. In full project,
Okay.
we'll have complete project management skills and tasks associated with documents. But in quick project, quick event, just having gathering the gathering the information done. Shoot. So that's so this is the thing I was talking about, full project and a quick project. So yeah, another main thing, template. A template is a set of rules and regulation. We can in the initial stage of creating event, we can have a template where we can have a set of rules and regulation. It is a blueprint of any project. For suppose, it's a template is a generic term, right? So where we can use for any project to have a set of rules and regulation and use this template as a blueprint for that project. So template is again a different session. I'll explain, because designing template and what is the use of the template is a different thing. I'll explain you in coming session. For now, just remember, for any project, we need to have one template in place. By extending that template, we can create any project, though it's a full project or a quick project, right? So full project is nothing but strategic sourcing, where we have a long-term vision. We have a strategic process in place. We have project management process in place. So and quick project, which is contains only event, though it's RFI, RFP or auction. In full project, we can create n number of events like event, RFI, RFP or auction. So I'll do better one thing. I'll do one thing. For today's session, we'll go with the quick project. What is quick project? We'll run a complete cycle. How it looks like, I'll show, right? Any doubts in this?
Okay, I think when you see it, we may have some. It's very cool.
Yeah, Rakesh, one doubt you're telling for any project we should have a template. You mean like for so there's a particular template and we just extend it to create a full project or a quick project, is it? We just extend it, add something into it. Okay.
Yes. So when I say extend it, I mean when I say template, we'll have out of the box templates. Out of the box in the sense, Ariba gives best practice templates. 8 templates it will give. 7 or 8 templates. So we can extend from those. If you want to customize your requirement, if you want to add something, we can design our own templates and we can use them while creating the project. So are we clear?
Yes. Yes. Thanks.
Yeah. So we'll see with the quick project for today's session. If time allows, we'll run a complete cycle. Otherwise, we'll see how quick project is created. Uh, while creating of quick any project, sourcing project, we can create from here or we can create from here as well. So as I am an administrator, I'm getting all these roles. Otherwise, generally, whatever roles are assigned to you, only those workspace you can create. Otherwise, you won't be able to see all these. So I am creating one sourcing project. I don't know why it's taking much time at home. Generally, it won't take this much of time. So yeah, this is the quick projects. Sourcing project header information details where we give only header information. So here I'm giving some name X. I'll explain each and every field. So here we need to specify whether it's a quick project or a full project. So I'm taking a quick project. So we see every field will have some or the other capabilities. When you see copy from the project, it specifies that if we have any project earlier, if we have done the same project earlier, we can copy from the project and we can change any details, any requirements in this. We cannot change the type of the project or type of the event. We can change like spend or line items in that project. So we can copy from any project if we have same project in place. So I'm not copying, it's a fresh project. Now let's go with RFI or RFP. Anything for auction, forward auction. So these 4 types of auctions events we have. All these are events. So I'm going with RFP. The best thing in Ariba, you need not to worry on UI side. End user need not to worry on UI side. For every step we have tips, and for every we have help documentation here. We can go with the help documentation. Otherwise, for every field it will show you this, where we can go ahead and quickly see what is the type of the field or what is the information provided by the field. So this is how we can check the information. Yes, this is a test project. So difference between test project and whether it's a test project or not. So when we go with the test project, it's a dummy or a dry run, we can say. Before going to the actual project, we can have a dry run and we can have same project event running in a demo prospect. At the same time, we can have actual project to be run. So we can specify whether it's a test project or not.
That means I can create a test project first and then I can copy it into the actual project where I will invite the actual supplier.
Exactly, we can do that. I'm glad you got it. Yeah, we can do that.
Is there any other use cases of this test project, Rakesh?
Come again, Karthik. Hello.
Hello, is there any other use cases? Because maybe the example I gave was it's not very business friendly example. Do you have any other business friendly case where business first creates a test project and later converts into the full
No,
project?
the reason for test project is, generally what happens, all the suppliers are not well educated, or just to have a demo, at the actual project, not to have messes, any mess, companies just go with a dry run first. Once it's successful and on actual date, they go with the actual project. So just to have a demo sort of thing.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So that is a main, prior reason for creating test project. And after once a test project is created, we can copy. That is secondary reason. We can copy that.
Okay. And when I say copy from project, will I be allowed only to copy from my own projects, or can I also copy across companies?
Enterprise-wise.
Enterprise, okay.
Yes, yes. So origin Ariba sourcing. That means here in demo, this is a SAP demo site, so it's giving only Ariba sourcing. So generally what happens if we have integrated Ariba with any third party or any ERP, so it will give the origin from where it's creating. For suppose if we are creating from ERP as a RFQ and sending it to the Ariba sourcing, then it will give us ECC or ERP. So it will specify the origin of the project.
Rakesh, right now, in SAP's innovation, they do integrate the RFQ to SAP Ariba sourcing.
RFC or
they integrate right now? Okay, RFQ, request for not
quotation.
PR, the quotation, the purchase requisition.
Yeah.
I feel like I read somewhere some time ago that was the innovation or roadmap.
Yeah. So RFQ is integrated with Ariba. RFQ can be integrated. So what happens? First PR is created. Once PR is, created, we go with the RFQ, create RFQ in the ECC itself, and we have integration in place through PI. So once RFQ is created, it will be sent to Ariba and comes as a sourcing request. So after sourcing request, it will take the information, basic information from ECC and send the same information to Ariba, and RFQ is converted as sourcing request, and sourcing request is converted as sourcing project. Then it will completely, project will take place, event will take place. Once the event is completed, it will go, awarded to the supplier, and this awarding information will be again sent back to ECC, and PO is generated. Like we can send as a PO from Ariba as a PO to ECC, or as a outline agreement to ECC. So both options are there. Am I rushing? The rate of speech is okay, right?
Yeah, it's a very good information. If we have any flow diagram or maybe some link to show up, that would be great. We can visualize it.
I'll definitely show. You want me to show it right now or in coming session? Because I gonna explain about integration, right? So in that it will be helpful.
Fine. That's okay. You can do it in the coming up sessions, no problem.
Yeah, I'll do that. So now coming to region. So these are all very high level header information which will be helping us in reporting purpose. So it's not mandatory to have this all information, but if you do all the information, it will be good for reporting purpose. From which region are you I procured what, from which department I procured what. So, uh, sorry. What was that?
The region is the region from where you are creating this sourcing project, or is it the region in which you want to invite the suppliers?
See, your voice is getting, I'm getting echo voice of yours.
Can you hear me now? Or is it better?
Yeah. Yes, it's good.
Okay. The regions, the field regions, does it represent the region in which you are creating the sourcing event, a sourcing project, or is it the region in which you want to invite the suppliers?
No. The region is where I gonna, ship to sort of thing. It's not
Or this is a
suppliers
ship
only.
to region?
Yeah, ship to region where the goods need to be shipped. You got my point? We can have multiple regions over here.
Okay.
We can add multiple regions over here. So suppliers, we can invite suppliers globally, but here just to have information. I mean, it's not mandatory to have this information, because anyhow we gonna mention that in our requirement, or while creating PO, anyhow it will be mentioned, because this is not a PO, this is just a negotiating with the supplier. I want this much of commodity to of this quantity. So once the supplier is negotiated and a negotiation of supplier is done, quantity is finalized, we'll have contract or PO in place. So this is no way related with ship to address, just to have information for reporting purpose.
Okay.
So this field is again a important field where predecessor project is something where what is the last project which is led to this project. For suppose I bought laptops. I created one project called laptops. So I have done with the project. I procured laptops. Now I have to buy bags for those laptops. Now my predecessor project will be laptop project for this bag project. Got my point?
Yeah.
Yeah. Karthik, are we going good, or you want me to go in a different manner?
Nothing. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
And the last point you told, I didn't get you. First, we create a project for 100 laptops, and now we want some bags for those laptops. So, what we do now?
So, I mean, predecessor project is a field where we specify, like, any last project will lead me to, create this project. Like, as I said, I am procuring 100 laptops. Now, to carry those 100 laptops, I have to create 100 bags, right? So, my predecessor project is laptop project. Just to information, just for information purpose. Here we can see the previous project in your process that lead to creation of this project. So as simple as that.
Okay. Thanks, Rak.
Yeah. So we have these fields like who is owner, what is the currency, commodity. You can specify the commodity over here, or we can go with the commodity. Sorry. So yeah, so these are all the fields we have. Commodity, I'll go with the laptops. This is the material master, which is we can synchronize with the synchronize with the ECC or any third party. So any material master updated in ECC, if we have integration in place, it will be automatically synchronized over here. So that we can do.
Rakesh, the integration we will be covering as a separate item.
Yeah, I'll do that. But as a functional consultant, I can give only high level of integration aspects, like what need to be done, how it is done, but I cannot give complete system training. I mean, I cannot show you in the system.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll cover the what is the main things need to be covered while doing integration. I can give you flow chart diagram, or yeah, flow chart diagram I can give. That's more than enough, I think, for a functional consultant, because
Yeah,
anyhow,
yeah.
end of the day, integration part is taken care by PI or any middleware consultants. Integration technical consultants will be there. So as a
As long
lead
as you
or
know
as a
the
manager,
capability is okay.
yes, 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 I'll show that. So I'm taking, not getting any computer. So I'm taking any one, I mean, depending. So I'm selecting commodity from here. This is also for information purpose only. This is not actual line item. This is in category wise we can do that. How many months of contract effective date, I'm taking next month. So for this we should have strategy, or so we should know what is our contract date, effective date, what would be the contract month. So all this we should know. When we know, then only we can go with and create easily. So
The
any
contract
external,
effective date is the date. The contract effective date is the date in which we plan to award the tender.
no, not award. See, contract effective date is a date where we start, requisition. We start requisition. We start creating POs for that product generally.
Okay. Okay. This is just a
Awarding
tentative
we can do.
information.
Awarding we can do once event is created. Once the response is, we got the response. We can do awarding as soon as we got the response and evaluating. We can award that. But contract effective date is something which is we should have contract in place, should be signed. So it's just information purpose, that's it. I mean, it's not that it's
Okay.
not a rigid one, or it's not mandatory to have the contract from this date itself.
Okay.
So okay, now comes the template. So here we have templates in place. So as it's a demo site, and every consultant, like every partner consultant who are associated with Ariba will have these hands-on with this system. So everyone creates their own templates and publish those. So we'll go with the out of the box template. Let's see, let me check whether it's there or not. So all these are customized templates. Depending upon their requirement, we can create or customize template. But for system which is our own, like enterprise who got it, they'll have only eight templates out of the box. If they want to customize, they can do, or they'll generally ask for implementation partners to help them in designing the template. Which is not a big deal. It's a UI thing only. We just need to have business process in place. We can do that. So I'm going with the template. That's not out of the box, but it's very hard to search template in demo site. I'm going with a template. Again, I'm saying we'll have a different, we'll plan different session for template designing and template uh, extending. So now comes the actual project event. So that all that last page was just a header information where everything was not mandatory. Here we need to specify the rules. So we have different tabs. First comes the rules tab, how the event should taken place. So okay, as soon as I click publish, it should be published. The event should be published, and the notification should be sent to the suppliers. So this is one option. I checked it. Now due date, when, how much time should it be running? Half an hour, the event should be of half an hour or 1 hour. I'm taking it as 20 minutes. Estimated award date, that the same thing, if you want to give, we can give. We have given 15.
Rakesh, I
So
didn't
any
due date. Due date. What is due date? Duration.
due date is when we are creating the event, right?
Hmm.
When it should when it, for how much time it should be running. Like event, as I said, auction is, or RFP is something which is supplier has to respond, right? So for how much time they can respond, for 20 minutes or for half an hour, for 1 day, for 2 days, the response
Okay.
of the suppliers, that
Okay.
this is that duty.
So is it like once they receive just before 20 only they have 20 minutes to respond? Is it?
Once they receive, we
They have
can
only
fix the
20.
time, like, yeah,
Oh,
they have 20
okay.
minutes to respond. It's not
Okay. Where in
mandatory.
that?
We can have hours, we can have in days.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm just as a demo project, I'm giving us 20
Okay.
minutes.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Once 20 minutes is done, event will be closed. Nobody can, give their response after 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So, are we clear on that?
Yeah, yeah.
So now we have a bidding rule on responses of the supplier. How they can supply, how they can give this response. So when I say no here, so as this is a RFP event, they can only once supply the they can once only submit the response. After that, they cannot be able to change that response. As I said, it's a RFP. It's not a competitive one, right? Where supplier has to give their response only once. So when I say no here, their supplier cannot change their response, right? If I say yes, supplier can change the response for once. They can, if once is submitted, if he thinks that okay, let me decrease my amount a little bit, he can do that. So this is one option, whether to change or not. Any questions on this?
No, no.
Now comes the market feedback. How suppliers should see the information on the bid console. So if we enable starting gate for each lot is nothing but bundle of line items. Are we clear? Lot is a bundle of line items. For suppose we have 10 line items, we can lot them into one bundle. So we can have n number of lots in a single event. So when I say enable starting gate for each lot, so supplier can see the market information. Market information means this is for, when, excuse me. Okay, so this is when, supplier is responding for the first time. He can go with the whether buyer is, enabling the starting gate or not. Depending upon this option, we can specify whether supplier can see the information or not.
I didn't get
Any
Rakesh. What is
doubts in
the
this?
start gate?
Am I clear or not?
No, sorry Rakesh. No, I
Rakesh,
Okay, let me show
would
this
you
in.
mind saying that again?
Yeah, I'll do that. I know I was not clear. So I'll do that. I'll do one thing. I'll show this in one screen. First of all, remember this. I'll show this in screen. So market information is nothing but whether what is the initial price of the commodity, or how many suppliers are invited for the event, or what is the supplier, what is the other supplier giving, what is the bid other supplier is giving. So all these comes into market information. One bid console. Let me repeat. Who all are invited for the event, and what is the bid given by the other suppliers, what is the initial price, or what is the historic price of that commodity which is given for the event. So all these comes in the market information. Now, so this field enables you to see whether, enable suppliers to see whether the market information, like I'll explain about these fields. Do not enable a starting gate. That means supplier won't be able to see any of these information, any of the market information. That is, who are the suppliers, who will be participating, right? Enable starting gate for each lot, where once the supplier gives the initial bid, then only he can see whether the suppliers, who all are the suppliers who are submitted. So enable starting gate once the entire event is done. So after completion of the event, after buyer selects or buyer completes the event, then only he can able to see the market information. So any doubts in these fields, or you want me to repeat it? No worries, ask me, I'll repeat it.
No,
Hello.
no.
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm trying to correct it. I, but please, do you want to say that one more time, please?
Yeah, I'll do that. So RFP is non-competitive one. So where we have a market, where we have suppliers who all are who all are bidding for that supply, for that commodity, who all are giving their response for that commodity. So I'm telling the market information. What all are there in market information? Number of suppliers who all are giving their response. So what is the initial price of the material or line item we selected, or what is the historic price? So these are all attributes. Not only these, we have so many things in market information. Now, buyer can decide whether all this information is accessible to supplier or not. This is very important for actual business, for enterprise, whether I should give this information to the supplier or not, he can decide with these three fields. When I say do
Okay.
not enable,
Rakesh, just,
yeah.
Rakesh, okay. That means if I say do not enable a starting gate, that
Yes.
would mean when the supplier is creating a response to my RFP or RFI, he will not see any market information. Example of market information is the current market price of that particular commodity.
Not current market price, supplier who's the supplier who have bid or who is invited for that event and have built any response, or who all are the suppliers invited for this event, or what is the historic price of the commodity. Historic price in the sense the price which I bought it, I mean the company has bought it previously, or what is the initial price of this commodity, I mean company has fixed. So those all the market information.
Can we see this? Can we see? Can we see this in the system at the time of response? Maybe right now I just did it like this. Is it okay?
No, we can see, but that is on supplier side, right? So I
Yeah. When we
specify
reach the
this.
supplier side, can we see that?
Uh, okay, I'll
I
show
mean, right
that.
now we are. Yeah. Okay.
I'll show that. Just a moment.
Rakesh, one small question
So
here.
we'll do one thing otherwise. We'll do one thing otherwise. Kasi, we'll
Yeah.
set up the all the rules, and running event we can do in coming session. Is that okay? Because I
Yeah. Yeah.
think we are
I'm fine.
getting.
Okay.
Is it
Okay.
fine?
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Karthik,
It's
you're
fine.
saying something. No,
Yeah,
Karthik was saying
Rakesh.
something.
Yeah. Actually, suppose we are sending this RFP for 5 suppliers, and 5 suppliers have
Okay.
responded with different prices. So some
Yes.
fifth supplier can see all this information. Is it you mean?
Now you got the right point. Actually, this is the example I wanted to give. So yeah, 5 supplier given their response, right? So yeah, if I say enable starting gate for each lot, so once the supplier gives his initial price for one lot, then only he'll be able to see the other supplier's response.
So
So he
if
has to give initial price, then only he can be able to see. Enable starting gate for entire event. So for entire event, I can give one bid for entire event, and I supplier as a supplier, and I can see complete information, market information of the all suppliers or the event. So when I say do
Okay.
not able,
I think I.
you got it right?
Yeah. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think I got it, but somehow it's.
I'll
This
show
is
you in the
not.
system.
I don't know. But this is something very dangerous. No? Meaning to say, me as a supplier,
Hmm.
if I am allowed to see what, for example, you wanted to buy one lot of whatever, right? And another lot of another item, another commodity, 2 different line items.
Hmm.
If you as a buyer have enabled the starting gate for each lot, after I
Yes.
enter the price, I
Yes.
will be able to see what was the price of the other supplier.
Yes.
But
so
that
here
is
is the
dangerous.
advantage.
I mean,
Yeah.
So I mean, in this case, what happens? Just like okay, other supplier gave 100 rupees. Okay, there might be chances they'll award these two others. So I'll do one thing. I'll give 98 rupees as my, That's the reason we have can participant create alternative response. So they can give only once. It's not a competitive one. So again, this is something comes with business rule. We can also hide this if we don't want to see any market feedback. We can hide this from the template level. So this is something which comes from the template.
Okay, I got it. So that means this is the only option for both how participants view information and can owner see the response. Oh, that's a different thing. Okay.
We will have so much market information. I mean, here as it's a template derived project, we are only able to see these two fields. Otherwise, there will be so many fields. I'll show you in next event. I mean, when we create auction, there we have so many market feedback information because it's a competitive one. There you'll make much sense. I mean, these fields will make much sense. I'll explain you about each field when we create auction, right? Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine.
So excuse me for a moment. I'll be back. Just a moment. So yeah, this is one timing rules tab. Now going to the team tab. So ruling part is very important, where uh, we can decide how the event phase should be. So now we can add how whatever procurement team is responsible for this project, we can add those. We can add groups also where we have different so I can add people to this project monitor. I mean, who all are responsible for this. So like that. From this we can add. So any doubts in team members? Team members, nothing. Who all are responsible for that project? We can add those team members, right? So now coming to the suppliers, how we can invite suppliers, who all will be participating in this event. So inviting supplier, we have three types. One, we can invite the supplier who all are existing in our system, in our ECC system or in our Ariba system. So for suppose I am giving, so this is a dummy supplier we have. So yeah, this is the one type of inviting the supplier where we our system have the supplier. We can just go and select the supplier and invite them. Second, next one I don't have any supplier in my system. I have only information that okay, this supplier provides this material, but he is not incumbent supplier. He is new to the market. So I can, from here, I can create new participant. As soon as I create new participant, we have to fill the basic information like phone number, user ID, name, phone number, email ID, and if we have information about the company, and these two are mandatory. Once this information is filled and sent, as soon as you click OK, it will be sent to the new the prospect supplier. So he'll be getting notification stating that the buyer organization, for suppose XYZ is a buyer organization, has invited you for so and so event. You can reply back or you can respond back. So he has to first register himself. He'll get a link. He has to click on that. He has to fill the basic information like this information, what is the company address and all, what is the commodity they deal with, what is the ship to location. So basic information they have to fill from supplier end. Once they are done, just have to click on OK. So they'll be registered on uh, Ariba network. So it's not that for only this event, they'll be registered for lifelong. I mean, they can do any business from then onwards. So this is the another way of inviting suppliers. So any doubts in second process of inviting suppliers?
Rakesh, one small doubt here, inviting another supplier who are not in the system. So it's like by television or by online, I came to know there's one supplier who's providing so and so, commodity. So I just is not in our system. So we need to just get the details from that online site and we fill here. Is it like that or any
Exactly.
other process? Okay.
Same. We should have the basic information like phone number, email ID, company name, point of contact. So all these are basic information anyhow we'll be getting from any source. So once we have those information, we'll just send that to the participant or supplier. They'll respond back. They'll be onboarded on a network. We can do transaction or we can do this event, response, bidding response. Is that clear?
Yes, Rakesh. Thank you.
Rakesh,
Okay.
Rakesh,
Yeah.
can you quickly switch back just for a few seconds to team, the team link? The first was rules, which is where you had a timing rules, market demand, what is it? And another one is bidding rules. And team is where you added the project and the sourcing project members, right? You just mentioned only the
So we
project
can have
owner.
a team member. Remember how many team we want we can have.
Okay.
We
So
can have
with
multiple
these
teams.
roles, for example, Pradeep Chowdhury, he is a user in this company. However, his authorization for this user could be just a requisitioner, but he still can be a project owner for this particular project.
Depending upon the business enterprise.
Yeah, I got it. I mean, I understand from business perspective. For example, we all three, me, yourself, and Karthik belong to the same company. Let's say that in this environment, let's say I am just a requisitioner, okay, because I'm just normal employee, and you are a purchasing agent, let's say that, and Karthik is finance person or legal person, let's say. Obviously, I will be the project owner, but my authorization, right now only I am allowed to create a purchase requisition in the Ariba system. But since it is my requisition, which is going to convert into sourcing, for this sourcing project, I can be a project owner.
Yes.
But though you are a purchasing agent, you can be just a project monitor, like what is that?
Yeah, monitor or approver if required. Approver can be one user.
Yeah, and from legal perspective, Karthik can be an approval which we can add a new group. Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
And these groups can also be customized, is it?
Yeah, we can have our own groups like, Ariba gives some groups, standard groups. We can have our own groups. We
Okay.
can create groups. We can add people to that group. It's like that.
Okay. But those are all specific only to this particular sourcing event.
No, no, they will be created in the system.
Oh, okay. So whoever wants it, they can use it. Okay, got it. I got it. And from supplier, you added a supplier in.
We can do one thing. We
also
can,
told us.
add, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Here
Go
you
ahead.
also told us how to create or how to invite a supplier who is still not in Ariba solution through the Ariba supplier Discord.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Sorry, actually there is some event in my office here, so there is a lot of noise, and I did not hear for the last few minutes. That's why I just recapped everything. Thanks.
Okay. So inviting of supplier, we have three types. One, already the suppliers who are already in our system, Ariba system. This is the supplier who is already in my system. Next is the supplier who is not in the system, but we know the information. We know basic information like this supplier caters the material which we want to the location which we want, and we know the information like phone number, email ID, basic company name. So basic information is will do. So we can invite them also with creating new participant. So that is one second one. I mean second way of inviting supplier. Now the third one is create supply research posting. So when we create supply research posting, it will go to network. This requirement will go to network. Once any suppliers reaching, I mean we can drill down. I'll show you. So in network, what happens? We give our requirement where no supplier will if supplier is appropriate supplier, depending upon the requirement, supplier will respond back. Again the same process. The event starts and here like this. Product, which type of product you are handling with computer, it's already came, right? We selected this one, right, at the beginning, if you remember, computer program instruction. We can give the ship to location where it need to be shipped, the amount, range, contract month. It's already taken, contract month. Response deadline also already taken. So we can drill down and we can give the information. Depending upon this information, supplier will respond back to us. So these we are posting on network, discovery network. So once we post it, publish it, it will, I mean, supplier will respond back and we can, uh, start the event. So any doubts in inviting suppliers, how we invite suppliers, how we can?
Rakesh, one doubt here, creating
No.
creating a
Yeah, go
supplier
ahead.
research posting. Like suppose on our network there are some 1,000 suppliers assume. So this request will be going for 1,000 suppliers.
This will go to the supplier who is not only 1,000, it can go to million suppliers, but the reason, I mean, but the scenario should be uh, is that supplier is meeting our requirement or not. That should be the scenario. It will go to every supplier who is meeting that criteria, but
Which we have
even
filled in which we have filled in that form, like community code. Which this community code is available with which suppliers.
community
So
code,
auto all
to
those.
location, yeah, ship to location. So everything should be matched and it will send to 1,000 as you said. But the event participation will be done who are responded back. Once the supplier responds back, they will be registered here. they'll be coming here, then only they can participate, right? Oh, what happened to this? Oh. So I think there is a mess with the template. Everything is going, some or the other way. So generally what happens, this is the content tab. These two are the main tabs for this event. Setting up rules, setting of team members who all are team, now inviting supplier who will be responsible for that event. Now content, where we'll add, line items here, or lot, we can bundle it into lot, line items. We can have questions if we have any questions to the supplier. If we can give our requirement, so and so is my requirement, okay, I want laptops, this should be the configuration, this should be the color of the laptop, and this excuse me. So we can give our requirement if any. So we can load content from our master data if we have any content from library. Library in the sense we can have sourcing library from where we can load directly. And we also have one option called DFS, desktop file synchronization. I mean, make note of it because it's an important feature we have. DFS means if we are working on this project and we are running out of the network, so we can download the content, we can have we can fill it in offline through desktop, we can synchronize the desktop file using this DFS option. So any file in desktop on your local machine can be synchronized with this DFS option. But the clause is that should be in the same format.
Okay, that means we have to first download it, and then we need to have the DFS option enabled, download it, and then no internet connectivity, update the file, and then offline. Okay, and then just import content and then okay. I have one question. Actually, when you want to add the line items, I thought there are options like add direct line items, which is something like a free text, I believe, and then add questions. I think this is for scoring, requirement, content from item master data. When we say item master data, is it also the services or is it only the material?
If company master data contains services, we can select from services as well.
Oh, okay. So independent of whether it is material or services. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And so this is the same place where all the line items are. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's irrespective of services or material commodity. It goes with this sourcing event goes with both service and master material. So yeah, you are saying something?
Okay. Yeah. Actually, that means this is the same place where I add all my line items, and also if I have some questions, like usually there are loads of compliance questions that we ask suppliers to answer, you see. So all the questions also go under the same place, under the same area, same content.
Yes.
But then there are some questions which are specific to individual line items. For example, there may be some questions like, do you do transportation? Do you transport this material? And this question will only be applicable for a particular transformer, which is 5 or 6 tons in weight. So how do I attach the questions to a particular line item?
Yes, no. So we can add questions. I mean, in the description, if you want, we can have a line item In every line item we will have description. So in that we can mention. Otherwise, in question tab, we can have different questions. So we can create one section, like here we have, we can create section. In that section, so this is line item, how we add line item, and I'll answer to your question after this. So we can create line item from here. So we can mention here that question if we want. So that is not the best practice. Here it should be the description of the laptop. If you want, you can give the configuration. So we can select from here commodity, which commodity you want to deal with. So here also we can specify whether this commodity is visible to, I mean this drill down commodity should be visible to supplier or not. So when I say drill down commodity line item, so up to now we are only using the category, laptop category. Now drilling down to what is exact. So once he access the gate, I mean he accept the event, then only he will be able to. Otherwise he can. Otherwise we can set like, okay, yes, visible to participant. So as soon as it send to publishes or send notification is sent to participant, he can see. If you want to restrict him, we can restrict. So generally it is yes. I mean once the notification is sent, he can see, he can access the line items. So you can make it mandatory that if I have 10 line items and I want to make this line item to be mandatorily responded. So I want every supplier to respond on this line item. So we can do yes. Otherwise you can do no. So unit or extended bidding. Extended bidding and unit bidding is something where unit bidding, the supplier will bid on each unit, each quantity, and extended bidding is supplier will bid on all the units, all the quantity. So this is something where we can add some calculation or matriculation to negotiate with the supplier. Okay, I'm doing on the quantity based we can negotiate. So this is again a business requirement. This comes with that coming through the template. So business requirement made them to create this one. So as I said, on quantity based, I am taking 100. What would be the extended price? I mean, initial extended price for suppose 100. So this is my initial price. From here, my bidding starts.
And the suppliers will, I know this US dollars came from your initial stage where you set the currency as US dollars. So suppliers will have to bid on the US dollars only, right? They cannot bid against some other currency.
Yes, yes. We have an option called currency conversion rates. So it's not, I mean, I'll show you, you make it down, I mean, make note of it, currency conversion, where, if supplier are from different locale, so they can have currency conversion rates where we specify the currency conversion rates. I showed you in the template also, right? Data collection template.
Yeah.
So we can specify and
workbook.
Supplier can bid on their own currency. It will be converted into USD and come as our USD rates. So that option is there.
Okay.
So in this template we don't have that option. Otherwise we can have that option as well. I think next time I'll make my, I have my own template. I'll not get time to check with that. So next time I'll select my own template and we'll go with that template. We'll have a better clarity, better direction. So yes. So this is one I selected, done. I selected one line item. Of 10 line, I mean more than multiple line item, for multiple line item we can create one lot. Now your question part. We can have direct question from here. See what are the options for answering the question. How the supplier can
But
answer
how
the
did,
question.
sorry, sir, how did you come in this place, Rashi?
Yeah. From here I'm selecting question.
Ah, okay, okay.
So I have one question I'm writing. So a rough question. So this question is a prerequisite question to continue with the event. If I say no, then it's okay. That supplier is not answering to this question. That's okay. But when I say yes and no restriction, so he can answer the question, but it's not mandatory that he should have some restriction like string value or this should be from this or this should be the answer. So yeah, but it answering is mandatory. No, whatever the answer is, but answering should be mandatory. So when I say access yes with an access get on the event content means the answer decides whether he is eligible for participating the event or not. Clear?
Mm. Clear, clear, clear.
See, yeah. So when this, I mean when I select this option, the event information is sent to supplier. He has to answer now the question. So I am expecting okay, configuration. I am expecting 500 GB hard disk and uh, whatever the configuration is. But he is answering different one. So I can restrict him from accessing the event, from participating the event. So that's how we can do. So depending upon the response, he can restrict them from submitting the response also. So submitting response and accessing event is both different. Any doubts in this? I mean, accessing the event is seeing the information, event information, but submitting the response is he can't be able to submit his response. Though he is able to see the event information, but he won't be able to
Mhm.
submit the response. So this is the
Okay.
difference between, yeah. So now moving on, owner must review response before participant can continue event. Yes, no, we can specify. So all these are type of answers or what is the type of answer the supplier has to be submitting. So answer type single text, text with single line or text with limited lines, multiple lines. If we are asking about price, we can have like a whole number or decimal number, date. If we are asking about date, what is the ship to date, we can have date, money terms. If you want to answer, if you want supplier to answer in yes or no, we can have this also. If you want answer with an attachment like certificate or any attachment, we can give address format, percentage, quality. So this all are separated answer types. Which type of answer supported? I think this is clear, right? The data types of
Yeah,
the
this is
answer
clear.
type.
Yeah. But this question, so far we have not attached to any line item yet.
No, this is generic question. So if you want to
Okay.
go with, yeah, this is generic question. If you want to go with that, attaching the line item with the question, we can do one thing. This is clear, right? This is type of question and visible to participant. So these are our, yeah. So in that case, what we can do is we can create one section. We can create one section. In the same section, we can add both this line item and that question. So and we can specify that. Okay. Yeah. So in that section, so then how it looks like under section 1, we have two subsections. One is line item, one is question. So we can have that. But attaching is typically what you are asking is, typically it's not possible, but yeah, we have workaround for that.
Okay.
So this is about, content. Content is, one of the key role, plays the key role while event, because we have everything to do with the content, because line item we can add requirement questions if we have, if it's a sourcing event, we can have even, scoring and grading to the supplier. We can have surrogate bidding. So we'll discuss everything. I'll forward you one document which explains about the complete event management, how you're gonna create an event, how you're gonna manage those events. So I'll send you that document. I'll ask Sai to forward you.
Okay. Just to let you know, actually, this, if I'm not letting you know, just ask you, event and project are same, is it?
Event and?
Project. Sourcing event and sourcing project, they both are same.
So event is a subset of project. You can say event is a subset of project.
Okay, what else will be there in a project apart from event?
So project, if you take full project, we'll have different capabilities, different types of capabilities. Like we can have a task assigned, we can have different types of tasks, we can have documents, we can have approval flows if required. I mean, approval for publish or approval for creating the event. So in project we'll have event.
So the one that we just created. No, actually it's not clear. The one that we have created just now, it's a quick project, so it doesn't have all the tasks and everything.
No, a quick project won't have every task. So in quick project, it's only event, nothing else.
Okay, got it.
So maybe that's the reason you're confused and you're saying that, yeah, might be project is all about event. So it's a quick project. That's the reason we don't have any such capabilities. When we go with the full project, you'll get a better idea.
So Rakesh,
yeah, Karthik.
RFP, RFI, auction, reverse auction, these are the different events for a project, is it?
Yes.
So, okay. And what you have done, I just want to know, like first we have created a project with header information item, and then we just selected a template with rules and content, that's it, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So this is one RFP
event. I'm just adding up one more question actually. So basically,
yeah,
I can create one full project. In that project, I can have an RFI first, and once I get response in the same project, I can create RFP also. Is it correct?
Yes, you're going right.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
So in one full project, we can create n number of events like n number of RFIs, RFPs, and auctions.
Okay. Okay.
Not only one RFP or one RFI, we can create multiple RFI, multiple RFP, and multiple auctions. As I said, it's a strategic and long-term project where we don't know what is required when. So we keep on. For suppose we are going with a capex, spend. Like I'm establishing a new company, so I don't know when I need what, and the construction of a company may go on for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. We don't know. So in that case, we can go with the full project where we need to do events for every now and then, for every different requirement. So that's the case. I hope I clear.
Yeah, it's clear. Thanks.
Yeah. So Karthik, you have any doubts?
No doubt on my end. Thanks.
So I have created the event now. So I have created with all the information. So in coming session, we'll see how this event is sent to supplier, how they gonna respond, and how it's reflected in our bid console or in our system application. We'll see those in next session, as well as if time permits, we'll cover the auction complete life cycle, complete cycle, right? I think I'll show you the auctions bid console, I mean auctions responses, because that is competitive one and that makes much sense, because this is only the supplier has to submit their response once and then complete end. But in auction,
Okay.
they keep on changing, they compete with each other. Okay, one supplier submitted for 10 rupees, another supplier will submit for 9 rupees, another supplier will submit for 8 rupees, again supplier one will submit for 7 rupees. So the responses keep on changing and it reflects on the bid console, so it is much effective. I'll show you that one, I think.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
So as of now, we created one event with different rules, timing rules, bidding rules, and we selected team members, selected suppliers, we added content requirement and all, we added line item to that. Once we are done, we publish that event. Once this is published, the notification will be sent to suppliers. So once they respond, it will be, I mean, depending upon the time, it will be evaluated by the buyer. So is that clear? Are we good for this?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
A last question from from mine. Actually, you are telling like first there's one a PR is created in Ariba system and it will be going to ECC system and there it creates an RFQ.
No, you're going in a different, other way. PR, RFQ is created in ECC system.
Okay.
RFQ is sent to, once RFQ is created, when integration is in place, it will be sent to Ariba system as a sourcing request. So once this request is generated, it will be converted to sourcing project. Once project is created, depending upon the request from ECC, it will go with the auction event. It will decide whether to go with auction event or RFA event or RFP event. So after bidding is completed, when we create award scenario, it will be awarded to so and so supplier, and the same information will be flown back to ECC as a award, as a PO, it will be flown as a PO or as a outline agreement if they have. So this is the complete process.
Okay. Okay.
So are we good?
Yeah, actually, why this RFQ like from back in ECC from PR RFQ is created, is it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, the PR in ECC to RFQ. Okay, okay.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
PR directly can't be, flown to Ariba system. PR cannot be directly flown to Ariba system. RFQ has to be created. Once the RFQ is created, we can, flow it to Ariba.
So, Rakesh, a small question. Actually, so the PR, like in ECC, the buyer creates a PR first, and then it will be converted to RFQ. Then it comes to Ariba for sourcing.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thanks, Rakesh.
Yeah, I'll show you the complete diagram. I mean, keep this question with you. I'll show you the diagram. Then it will make sense.
Okay, okay.
Is that
Thanks.
good? Kasi and Karthik?
Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Rakesh. Thanks a lot.
I'm good. I'm good.
I- Thanks, Rakesh.
So
To,
for today, let's wind up this session, and I'll be traveling to Pune due to some urgent meeting. So we can schedule next meeting on Tuesday. Is that fine?
yeah, yeah.
So Karthik, you said like you have some work on Sundays, right? Is that you or someone else?
Yeah, it's me. It's me.
Yeah, yeah. So on Sunday you are busy, right? On Saturday we can have session,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah,
I
Saturday will
committed.
be great.
Yeah, yeah. I committed for 1
Saturday
hour.
will be great.
Yeah. Yeah, Kasi,
Sorry,
go ahead.
sorry, Rakesh. Are we having it next Tuesday or tomorrow on Saturday?
So that's what I'm saying. I'm traveling to Pune, so coming 3 days I won't be available.
Okay, no
So
problem. Then we can have it on Tuesday.
yeah, yeah. So I'll ask Sai to send the invitation. Or I'll ask Sai to mention Tuesday 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock is fine.
Tuesday 7 o'clock will be. Oh, 8 o'clock is it? Actually,
Okay,
Captain,
we'll do it 7:30.
Okay, okay.
We'll do it
actually
7:30.
I am in a different time zone. I'm in a different time zone, and usually, there is a clash here. So, I mean, if possible, we can have it at 7:30, Captain.
So 8 o'clock. I mean, you are saying 7 o'clock. Karthik, is that problem for you? I mean, I think for IST it's a problem, right?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, yeah. No issues. 7:30 would be fine. And I think
Yeah, yeah.
KP what?
Kasi we'll do it 7:30.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
So yeah. Anyhow, I committed for 1 hour session in the morning weekdays, but it's extending every day 2 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
The flow is going in. Yeah. So we'll make sure
Yeah,
that
but
we'll wind up one.
But Rakesh, like our doubt would not be cleared. Like it will be like that only if we just limit to our time bound for 1 hour.
Yeah,
We need
yeah.
your help on
So,
this. We need your help on
are
this.
we going? Are we going good? I mean, any doubts so far? I mean, are we going good, right?
So far so good. Now it's good. Like if it goes like this, it would be better and it gives a very good experience for us.
Yeah, I'll
And
make
if
sure that it's better than this.
uh
Yeah. So let's wind it up.
yeah, yeah. Thanks,
Yeah.
Rakesh.
Okay. Okay. Bye. Have a nice day.
Welcome.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.